So the big news is Dan Hurley turns down the Lakers. Now what do the Lakers do? This is a big offseason loss. This is an L, and it's a capital L. It's in big letters. Like the Hollywood sign, it would be a letter that big with the Lakers because you paid, but did you pay enough? Could you have paid him more? Dan Hurley wanted security. He wanted money. But I think in the end, he was going to get both at Connecticut. Now, it's not going to be on the level of what he was going to have with the Lakers, but with the Lakers going into a tricky situation. LeBron, AD, maybe you have to bring in Bronny, and you have to learn that job. You know, the NBA, you have to learn, you have to adapt to that. The players, the amount of money that they make, they can say no to you. They don't want to play tonight. There's load management. There's a lot going on. Now, there's a lot going on in college basketball as well. But it feels like, as I said earlier, Dan Hurley has cracked the code a little bit here. Now, you go after a couple of big names. He gets transfers in there, and he's also getting recruits that may not be five-star. You got some NIL money to play with here. He has a system in place. Now, how does this sound? Dan Hurley, we reached out. He can't join us today. He's on the recruiting trail. If he goes into a recruit's home today and says the following, I'd rather coach you than I would LeBron. Whoa. Okay. If you're going to put it into that perspective, those words, and he can say that. I chose you. Come on in and play. Let's go for a three-peat. I'm staying here. Now, I wondered about these recruits who had already committed, and they're probably going, was he going to leave? Wait, what's going on here? And you got that balance there. You're like, okay, I'm going to listen to the Lakers here, but I want to be respectful to these kids. And I did say that he was going to come back and he had to meet with his kids. And just what was that going to be like yesterday? And we started to hear whispers. Nobody was reporting that there were a lot of positives. People were going, I think he's going to stay. I think he's going to stay. And then I wonder what that must have been like with the Lakers. You go into their front office and all of a sudden Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka are like, have we heard anything? Did he say any news? Nope. What's Woj saying? And then all of a sudden we realized that he was staying. Now all of a sudden you're going to have a couple other people there. Does J.J. Redick get back in the front of the line? Who is going to be the next Laker head coach? And is it still a desirable job? I brought this up a couple of times during the season, even when the season ended. When they fired Darvin Ham, I said, is this a desirable job? Were they cheap with Dan Hurley? Did Dan Hurley really have any intention of going to Los Angeles and staying there? So a lot of things are still there and questions to be answered, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to Dan Hurley when he's done on his recruiting trail. But I don't blame him. I'd be out today, and I would be there. I'd go in with a UConn warm-up jacket on and say, here I am. I'm coming here to get you. I'm not coaching LeBron. I'm coaching you. All right, 877-3DP show. Operator Tyler standing by your phone calls. Seton, what's the poll question today?
Well, we might as well start with the negatives. What team is having the worst week? Dallas Mavericks, not going well.
Okay.
Edmonton Oilers, not going well. The LA Lakers, not going well.
This is the Lakers. I mean, this is a hit to the franchise. You got the Celtics on the verge of surpassing the Lakers with NBA championships. Dallas, I didn't think they were going to win this series. Edmonton, I didn't think they were going to win this series. The Clippers got a new building, and the Lakers got nothing. It's a hit. It's a hit to one of the storied franchises in all of sports there. Dan Hurley turned you down. If you fire somebody, usually you fire somebody who you want to hire. That's usually kind of a common theme with, owners or GMs. Like, all right, we're going to fire that guy because we're going to hire that guy. If Dan Hurley came out of nowhere, or at least last week, but then Woj said he was the top guy, so they kept this quiet the entire time. And I'd always thought that this was a little flirtation there. That Hurley has to be like, hey, Dad, the Lakers are interested in talking to me. Oh, okay, well, you should explore it, because he was still waiting for his contract that he signed in 2023 to be ripped up, and he got a new deal. And I thought maybe this is just all right, if you guys aren't interested in giving me what I want, the Lakers are interested in me. And then all of a sudden the Lakers go, wait, you're interested in us? Now, I don't know if this is how it played out. But in my mind, I'm thinking Dan Hurley wants to stay on the East Coast. He wants to get paid. He wants to go for a three-peat. I got this figured out. I got my system. I love the area. My wife wants to stay here. My parents are here. And it'd be nice if I got my contract ripped up so it would be commensurate to somebody who's won back-to-back titles. Okay. And then all of a sudden your agent may say, hey, I could ask the Lakers if they're interested. Okay. Yeah, can't hurt anything. Maybe give us a little leverage. And then the Lakers all of a sudden go, hey, are you interested? Yeah, I'll talk to you. Wait, he's interested. Now all of a sudden we got a little bit more going on there. Sometimes you're in a relationship, you don't know, I don't love you, but you love me. I guess I can love you. How much are you going to pay me? And then all of a sudden I'm going, you better get up there to Monty Williams numbers. You better get to $13 million a year. You can't go all in and then go, no, we're not going to go all in. We're not going into the deep end here. Okay, I'm not giving you Steve Kerr money. I got that. We're not going to give you Pop money, Eric Spoelstra money. Okay. Where do I fit in there? Well, Monty Williams is making $13 million to coach the Pistons to the worst record in basketball. How about we start there? How about you give me a little more than Monty Williams? How about $14 million a year? How about you give me the security? You give me, 7 years, $100 million. How's that? Then you got me. You got me. Now we make the headlines. We're back. We're going to change the system here. I'm going to make the Lakers better. Then all of a sudden you're going, we were thinking, I don't know, maybe we give you a little more than $10 million a year. Now, I know that's a lot of money. But did money play a role? They always say, no, it wasn't about the money. And then it's about the money. In this situation, I don't think it was, because I do think Dan Hurley wanted to stay at Connecticut. I think he was intrigued by the Lakers. I don't think he wanted to stay. Yes, Todd?
But if you subscribe to the belief, and I don't know if you do, that everybody has a price, is there that magic number? They want to stay, it's comfortable, families here. But I always feel like, you're just that $1 extra away from, I'll go coach the Lakers. Let's see what it's all about.
Yeah, I do believe everybody has a price, but I also think what comes along with that price. I want you to be all in. Hey, this is what it's going to take. If you want me, if you don't, then I'll go back to Connecticut. I don't think you can go, man, I need a little more. I need a little more. That would make me a little bit nervous if I'm the Lakers. If I'm hiring somebody and then I realize this has to be more than about money, we have to take that off the table. That's not a question. We're paying you. Now we want you to come on. Now we want your system. Now we want your guidance. Now we want your insight. That's what you needed. And if you're going to get tripped up by take money out of there so I don't go, oh, come on. They're going to give me 6 years, $70 million contract. That's $8 million less than Monty Williams. Mike, what are you doing? Can't do that. Take it off the table. If you're all in, you're all in. If not, then you're back where you were when you didn't pay Ty Lue. Or Monty Williams when you had a chance to pay Monty Williams years ago. Yes, Eden.
That's the problem, is that if you're the next guy, you're walking in and you're like, so we're starting at 6 years, 70, right? And the Lakers basically have to say yes for the guy they didn't even want first. Okay, yes, we will start at 6 years, 70 for our second choice. This is the money we were given first choice guy, but now second choice guy is demanding what first choice guy was going to get.
See, I don't think they can go in with the leverage that Hurley had. I don't think J.J. Redick says, I'm going to stay in the broadcast booth. Borrega, hey, I'm going to go to the Cavs, take the Cavs job. Cavs job might be better.
Yeah, but how do you start that relationship? Hey, 6 years, 70, right? Well, not quite. We're thinking more 6 years, 50. Oh, so I'm not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's tough.
I'm sorry the Hurley thing didn't work out.
It is tough.
Saving you guys some money.
Yes, it is tough. It is tough. Oh, yeah. If they had one of those L's in Hollywood, like Laker gold today, because that's what it is. Painted purple and gold. That's what it is. I mean, that's a loss. That's a big loss, dog. Yes, Marvin.
Do you think Hurley looked at the contract and said, wait. I thought you guys said you were offering me a massive deal. Because
Well-
6 years, $70 million for what we heard was upwards of $90, $100 million.
Yeah.
And he's looking, he's going 70. Now, mind you, cannot scoff at $70 million. But he's like, look, I'm already rich here.
Wonder when LeBron got the news. Although he did tweet, he says, is it me? I think he had something like that.
Well,
I don't know.
well.
Oh, boy. All right, so we'll see if we can advance this from the Lakers' perspective of now what is next. And how many candidates are there? Are they opening the job search again? I'd like to have a coach by draft night, and that's what, a couple of weeks away? I'm assuming they'll have their coach by draft night. Yes, Tom.
How does this work? Like, how does Dan Hurley let the Lakers know he's on a conference call with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka? Like, how exactly does he say, thanks, but I'm going to stay put? I'm just curious how that works behind the scenes.
Probably just like you said.
Just like that.
Yeah,
You know who's involved in that initial call?
I'm assuming he's going to call, not his agent, saying he's going to turn you down. That would be Danny Hurley saying, hey, I'm not going, but thank you. I'm honored and all the nice things there because the NBA is going to be down the road for him. And I said this at the time when we found out that he was top on the priority list. I'm surprised it happened this soon because I thought that he would wait a little while. He even said when we had him on a couple of weeks ago, he said, I got to get more mature, but he's 51. I thought maybe you get to be 55, 56, somewhere in that area. You've done what you wanted to do. You left your mark on college basketball. Now you want to take a chance with the NBA. But NIL and transfer portal, he is utilizing that. He is succeeding because of that, certainly with the transfer portal, because he's bringing in players and you go, who's that guy? And then all of a sudden you see him out there and you go, oh, that guy. And he's getting players who are going to the NBA, going to be lottery picks. That's what you want. If you're a recruit, what's the system? You're going to coach me. I'm going to be a better player. I got a chance to play in the NBA. And probably not in that order. But he cracked the code. All right, we'll get to phone calls coming up. We'll settle on our poll question. So what's the poll question, the official wording there, Seton?
We're going with which team is having the worst week. We're also going to throw up there which team is having the best week, which is actually the exact inverse of the worst week.
Yeah.
Is inverse the right word?
I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
How many coaches do you think the Lakers have had since Phil Jackson left? If you said 6, you would be correct. Yeah, 6.
7?
Woo!
Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Yeah, I mean, you got Mike Brown. Let's see, who else do you have? Bernie Bickerstaff, Mike D'Antoni, Byron Scott, Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, all since Phil Jackson. This is like the Yankees. And look, there's a lot of these teams. We've seen, like Alabama had a dip, and then they got Nick Saban. We've seen programs that go, Kentucky had the Billy Gillispie years where there was a dip. And, the Lakers are in a dip right now. Yes, Marv.
Do all those coaches, does that count after Phil's first time in LA? Remember, he took a little hiatus also, then came back?
Yeah. Well, this is since 2011. 2011.